Liminal Luna Lens for March 16th, 2026. This is the waning phase. What a sprained toe taught me about letting go. Some weeks arrive quietly, and some weeks they make an entrance. This past week held two moments I really didn't expect. The first was something really cool. After sharing the very first Liminal Luna post about something that happened in my neighborhood that I never imagined could happen here, something surprising followed. The little account with 11 followers suddenly wasn't so little. In less than a day, more than 60 of you had gathered, followed. Messages started arriving. Encouragement, stories, people saying in their own way, I know that in-between place too. It didn't feel like growth. It felt like a circle forming, a community, and I'm really grateful for that. And then a day later, I fell down the stairs. Not metaphorically, literally. And the result was a sprained big toe, which, as it turns out, is a surprisingly important part of life. Walking, driving, going up and down stairs, even grocery shopping. Apparently, that big toe quietly participates in nearly everything you do, until suddenly it doesn't. But the most surprising part wasn't the injury. It was what happened next, because I had to lean on people. And if I'm being completely honest, that is not my favorite thing to do. I tend to be the person who quietly figures things out. I handle it on my own. I keep moving. But this week required something different. Friends appeared in small and unexpected ways. One sent me a meme about a tow truck. Another offered to bring magnesium butter right to my door. Others simply checked in to see how I was doing. And then something else happened that I wasn't expecting. Old connections resurfaced. People I hadn't spoken to in years. Podcasters, retreat hosts, friends whose paths had wandered elsewhere and now suddenly seemed intertwined with mine again. All because a conversation had started with Liminal Luna. Earlier this week, one of the journaling prompts for the waning phase was this: what can gently fall away? Well, it wasn't exactly gentle, but falling was definitely involved, and something did fall away. A little bit of my pride, a little bit of that instinct to keep everything to myself, because if I'd kept my toe injury and my vulnerability tucked away quietly, I might have missed the reconnections, the humor, the kindness. The reminders that we're not meant to move through the in-between alone. The waning phase often asks us to release something, not dramatically, not all at once, just enough to create a little space. Sometimes what falls away is certainty. Sometimes it's control. And sometimes it's that quiet layer of independence we didn't realize we were holding onto so tightly. This week reminded me that letting something fall away doesn't always mean losing something. Sometimes it's simply making space for connection to return. So wherever you are right now, steady, uncertain, healing, or somewhere in between, you might sit with this question for a moment. What have you been carrying alone that might soften if you shared it? And is there something, even something small, that could gently fall away this week? Wherever you find yourself, you're not walking through this alone, even if your big toe insists on reminding you of that.